Hello, Betty Crosby here. I hope everybody's been well since I last posted. Um, the weather's improving. The international situation is not improving, but the weather is improving. So maybe the weather has a bit more heavy lifting it has to do than previous. Um, I think I should say something about International Women's Day, which is tomorrow, um, and particularly about this invitation that has gone out the world over from the United Nations women. I didn't know there was a classification in the United Nations just for women, the women of the United Nations, but evidently there are. And a part of this invitation they call um, the pivotal year 2022 will be for achieving greater gender equality. That's their theme. And they also say in the invitation that for a gender equality today for a sustainable tomorrow. These United Nations women also say in their message, and I'm quoting from this invitation, the day celebrates the achievements and accomplishments of women and girls. That day also spreads awareness about women's empowerment and gender parity. Okay, they use the word gender uh, with in they conflate gender with the term women. And I have lots of trouble with this because gender is not a noun. Women denotes sex and is a noun. A noun that defines, well, in the English language anyway, distinct categories between men and women and others that are neutered or something else that is put in place of either not being either one or being both. And so, in a physical way. So, this is not right, in my opinion, because the English language has classifications of words, and the word sex is classified as a distinct noun. Sex is talking about masculinity or femininity traits, and is classified as a noun. And a noun is a description of a person, a place, or a thing. And the word gender is not a person or a place or a thing. A noun is, for instance, if you say the sky is blue, well, the noun is sky, and blue is an adjective. And you don't say blue is the sky, you say the sky is blue. You don't put adjective in place of a noun, but this is what the woke people from Europe and from the United States and Canada and the Trudeau administration are all doing. They're conflating sex, the noun, with gender and adjective, and trying to get people used to this configuration, this meshing both words together so that when they say gender, then it can mean for them sex, and sex that trans people, all they have to do is be fluid enough so that if they feel like a woman one day, if they're a prisoner, they can request to be transferred to a women's prison, and are under the Trudeau government, and in the United States and in Europe too. The trans men who started out as men now say they are women. Well, do they have a rule over this concept of gender? And it allows them to, a man who just recently, I won't say his name, but who was just a mediocre swimmer in the male category. He just transferred over to the female category of swimmers. And of course, because he is bigger and broader and more muscle mass, he is winning all the top prizes. And if the young women swimmers object, they will be cautioned not to, or they will be scrubbed out of the team, or they will never swim again. They're actually being threatened by their own swim clubs. So you can see how deeply entrenched this idea of gender is. It can certainly be used as a weapon, and it is being used as a weapon. Well, now, what is the end game for this? So why is this theory of gender replacing or conflating with the idea of sex been so successful? Because nobody objects to it very much. It's the woke crowd they will get on your behind and scrub you out. Well, because I don't have the reputation of being a regular person anyway. I don't give a damn. I'm going to say what I think and try to get other people to look at this. Look at the English language and what it is saying. It says that you can't use an adjective for a noun. It just is not, they don't approve of it in the classification of nouns and adjectives. And to do this, they have some kind of superior motive. Who knows what the hell it could be, other than getting people so confused about the sexual situation where young people aren't sure what sex they are, and maybe girls really do think, they carry if there is some resentment against boys anyway of being, certainly in the past, it's no longer present. Girls there are more females in universities than there are males. And so this situation of where males have all the best places is not what it was when I was, in my middle years, or even up until just recently. And I'm not saying that women don't deserve these breaks, because in my day, they certainly didn't have breaks. They had a limited sphere of activities that they could shine in. and primarily the helping helping professions, but that we need women in the helping professions. We also need men in helping professions too. So that is a good thing. There should be more help in the world, and more uh, uh, sexes, both males and females, in the or others who are not sure or thinking about it or whatever. Let's get it on with the helping professions because they need help. And so I'm really, I'm really anxious about this word gender because it is being politicized and being used by the elites, by the political elites, by the educational elites, by the economic elites, have all come together and somehow decided that they are to scramble up the sexual thing and get women and men both worried about it, and maybe they're missing out, or maybe they just think there's something they're not. If all of these smart, wealthy people, educated people, are telling them that they might be something they're not, well, maybe they should explore that and then be so concerned about their own explorations or whatever that lose sight of the fact that we are being exploited by these elites and that we are being pushed around economically because we are doing what they say we should do. If and economically, if we should cut back, maybe you should cut back on spending too much. It's not the fault of the banking system, this vicious banking system that is out to control the whole bloody mess. Then, you know, then they'll be so busy with that they won't have time to realize what we're being pushed into. So I hate the word gender. It shouldn't be used. It shouldn't be conflated with the word sex. You don't use a pronoun or an adjective for a noun. It's to modify, to explain, to add to, but it is not the noun. Sex is the noun and not the gender. Gender is not a noun, and it's being pushed on us through the English language as a noun. So it gets us to where we don't like to say the word mother because that might upset some people who are not biological mothers and who would like to be but can't be. We don't want them upset. And father, you don't even have to list a mother and a father. Well, I think you have to list mother, but not father. Is no longer necessary for a birth certificate. And or expected even. It's never been absolutely necessary because women will have babies whether there's a father hanging around or not. There was a father involved. And there, it's just trying to change the language, and then people will move more. They got to get used to birthing peoples rather than mother or father, and get used to having the trans people use plural adverbs for names for anything. They use them and they and themselves to, why are they doing this? These people, not even the trans people's fault, but the people who are managing them. What are they doing to the English language? We should object when you see surgery taken to the English language. And as an English speaker, I object. I object. I object. And that's my message on International Women's Day. Thank you very much. Next time, okay? Bye.